Practice what you preach.
His shtick is like he's so talented, it's attractive. So today we are going to check out a musician called Barry White. I know Barry White from one thing and one thing alone, and that is Ally McBeal. Does anyone remember Ally McBeal? They reran that show so much on Irish TV. Never in sequence, but they reran it a lot. And Barry White was always the song that would come on when it was time for Schmextry Time. So I kind of know Barry White as a meme more so than an artiste. So today, let's actually sit down and listen to Barry White for the very first time. Where is she looking? At herself. Hello? At herself. You've been doing this for how long? The song we're listening to today, I don't think I've even heard of before. Practice what you preach. No idea. Are you okay there, yeah? Good. By the way, if you're wondering why I don't know a lot about musicians, it's because of these reasons. If you want to get these videos before anyone else, do check out patreon.com/Diane Jennings for early release and exclusive behind the scenes videos, which you can also get right here on YouTube channel membership. In the first half of this year, I will be embarking on a big trip to Chicago to make videos, so that is a really good way to support the channel and get something back. If you're not in a position to do so, please don't worry. Just like, comment, subscribe, feed the algorithm monster. Yum, 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 he says. That way we can bring more eyes to the channel and hopefully more potential sponsors. Sell out. Oh no, wait, I run on snacks. Anyway, on with Barry White. I feel like that's how he talks, just from memory, from what I remember. There was also a weird dancing baby in that show. It was a really weird show. So I'm thinking this is 90s, because that's when the TV show was on, and he must have been big then. Maybe 80s?
So, what do you want to do? I'm here, baby. I'm ready, baby. I'm waiting on you. Believe me, I am patiently waiting on you. Yeah, there's something wrong with me. Every time I'm alone with you, you keep talking about you loving me. Hey, babe, your foreplay just blows my mind. So why don't we stop all the talking, girl? Why don't we stop wasting time? I've had my share of lovers, some say I'm damn good. And if you think you can turn me out, baby, I wish that you would. 'Cause you keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once I'm with you, I'll never go back. You say there's a lesson that you wanna teach. Well, here I am, baby. Practice what you preach.
Who's that?
Well, here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Yeah, it's just you and me. So many things I can do to you, and so many ways I can please. Hey, hey, hey. It's your
my gosh.
move. Why don't you start turning down the lights and show me just what you can do? Hey, baby, I've had my share of lovers. Some of them were damn good. But if you think you can turn me out, girl, I just wish that you would. 'Cause you keep, you just keep telling me this and telling me that. You say what's up with you, I'll never go back. Say there's a lesson you wanna teach. Here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Is it? Really? Well, I'm still waiting. what you preach. Here I am, girl, practice on me.
Smexy indeed. Ooh, too hot for my little Irish girl eyes. That was like his voice went low.
Many, many minutes later.
I'm gonna know her. Wow, who was the girl he was with? I was kind of giggling because their clothes were on, then they were off, then they were on, then they were off. I was like, she can't take off any more clothes, so she just puts them back on, and then she took them off again. The old continuity editor on that video, maybe. But damn, she was stunning. And I guess like his shtick is like he's so talented, it's attractive. Okay, let's find out a little bit more about Barry White. Barry White. Barry White. Like, I knew his voice was gonna be deep, but then like it actually was so deep. Barry Eugene Carter, better known by his stage name Barry White. Eugene Carter is a pretty great name too. Why would you change that? Okay, White was his father's last name. Okay, Barry White's voice suddenly deepened when he was 13 or 14, he recalled. As a child, I had a normal squeaky kid voice. Then as a teenager, that completely changed. My mother cried because she knew her baby boy had become a man. I woke up one morning when I was 14, I spoke to my mother and it scared both of us. So he never had that phase where he was like, chicken nuggets and fries, please. Teenage boys. They're so funny when their voices are breaking. And they're always trying to be taken seriously and then their voice will break. White was jailed for 4 months at the age of 16 for stealing $30,000 worth of Cadillac tires. That's equivalent to about $290,000 now. That's a lot of tires. Or is it? While in jail, he listened to Elvis Presley singing It's Now or Never on the radio. An experience he later credited with changing the course of his life. After his release from jail, White left gang life. Okay, he was in a gang. They didn't say that. And he began a music career in a singing group. He got his big break producing a girl group he discovered called Love Unlimited, formed in the imitative style of the Motown girl group, The Supremes. Must check them out actually on the channel sometime. I know of The Supremes. I know there was a movie with the fabulous Jennifer Hudson, right? We'll cover that in their video. Back to Barry. Okay, he also sang Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe. I know that hook. You're the first, the last, my everything, which has a pretty similar sounding hook, as far as I know. And never gonna give you up. Was that not the guy? Never gonna give you up, never gonna dig you. I'm obviously thinking of a different song. So he was one of the most successful soul and disco artists. Well, we've checked out the Bee Gees in the disco genre before, and apparently disco was a little bit controversial. I didn't think that song sounded particularly disco. Like, I know it's supposed to be a smexy song. I just think it's a little overt for my Irish sensibilities to actually be anything but meme sexy, if you know what I mean. We're a subtle people. Like, an Irish person will laugh you into bed as opposed to actually being like, hey baby. Like, that's an American thing. White was often credited with playing the piano at age 11 on Jesse Belvin, no idea who that is, hit single Goodnight My Love. However, in a 1995 interview with Boston Herald, White denied writing or arranging the song, but he didn't deny playing the piano. Ooh! Is that a wig? Did Barry White wear a wig? Because I'm looking at a picture right now and it looks like a wig. Nothing wrong with wearing a wig. And nothing's coming up immediately. Maybe he didn't wear a wig. Maybe that was just his full head of hair. Has anybody seen how great men's toupees are these days? Like, if you want to wear one, girl. Women wear extensions and we wear makeup. If you want to wear a wig as a man, I say freaking go for it. They have come on a lot in the last decade. I would totally be with a man who wore a wig. Okay, so he began working with a solo male artist, and while he was doing that, he made a few demos for the singer. Nunez heard them and insisted he re-record and release them himself as a solo recording artist. After arguing about it for days, White was finally persuaded to release the songs himself, although he was initially reluctant to step out behind the microphone. We're all a little bit shy at first, but then you find yourself talking to yourself in a room.
Sorry. The voices.
And then it's 5 years later before you knew it and you're doing it for a living. Okay, so Practice What You Preach was his first #1 on the Billboard charts. Billboard R&B singles chart, more specific. After his passing, his girlfriend claimed her infant daughter was his biological child and also claimed she was owed money and personal items. Barriana, the daughter of Barry. Ooh, here's what he said about his sexiness songs. He said music was a major part of his own romantic experiences. When he finally started making his own music, he consciously tried to allow his songs to serve as an inspiration to lovers in different parts of the world. White was also part of his church choir and spent a significant amount of time consuming music. The media looked down upon White due to his rather steamy lyrics and identified him as a musician who only made trashy music. However, White was willing to embrace his image. He even appeared on The Simpsons as himself and was comfortable with self-deprecating comedy. Who hasn't been on The Simpsons? Aside from me, I haven't been on The Simpsons, but a lot of musicians and actors have been. Oh, one dream he didn't get a chance to see through was he wrote about having missed the opportunity to work with one of his favorites, Marvin Gaye. We gotta check him out in the channel too. There's just so many musicians. They were finalizing a project together when the singer unexpectedly passed away. His passing hit me so hard and deep, White wrote. It broke my heart. He was looking to make an even bolder leap to stretch, to work himself to a new level. Now he's gone forever. It's everybody's loss. Oh. His romances did not have happy endings and both his marriages ended in divorce. Barry White had dealt with weight issues for a large part of his life and suffered a stroke in 2003 that affected his speech. He'd also been dealing with a failing kidney and had acute blood pressure issues, a fact which forced him to back out of many live shows. Oh. My dad had surgery to replace a catheter in his arm, his daughter said. His health issues became worse and he was unable to recover. He passed away in July 2003 at the age of 58. That is so young. In his final days, once he collapsed backstage. In this moment, he was also ridiculed by fans. He had to perform sitting down. It infuriated the crowds. They wanted Barry playing the piano and moving around. The show was in the round and he wouldn't turn, so half the audience only saw his back and they booed him. That's awful for him, but also, I get, the price of concert tickets is insane. You know, I always came from the ideology that the show must go on. So when I injured my knee one time and we were to be playing in the Royal Shakespeare Theatre and I was on crutches, I could not walk, and the show must go on. I didn't have an understudy, so what we did was we maneuvered it so I was either sitting down or being supported by another person who was acting on stage, held up by the arm. But that's the kind of background I would imagine a performer like Barry White came from. The show must go on, so maybe the audience just didn't know what was going on and how serious it was. That's very sad though. Anyway, he seemed like a really interesting person and I think there's a lot more we could learn about him. Let me know anything you know about Barry White below in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear it. And indeed, while you're there, feel free to suggest any other artists you think I should check out on the channel. There are so many. Shout out today to a couple of patrons.
This is the Comic Ghost Crew. Most of the time their money goes toward making better videos, but sometimes it goes toward buying Chewy this expensive toothpaste. When Mom tries to give me the cheaper toothpaste, this is what happens. Chewy does not like the cheaper toothpaste. Mommy has to buy me the expensive toothpaste. And that's why we're so grateful to the Comic Ghost Crew for keeping me in the lifestyle I have become accustomed to. Thank you, Comic Ghost Crew.
Thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. See you on the other side. Bye. You know we're done, huh? You know we're done.